Today we are cutting spot welds on the 66 Bronco restoration. Getting some panels pulled off, getting floor cut out. These are just a few of the things that I use for drilling my spot welds. Seems to make it a little easier for me anyway. We've got just a regular nail bar. Just not actually automotive, but it works good for getting behind thin panels, putting a little pressure on things. Using a premium spot weld cutter kit from Blair. They're a little more expensive, but they seem to last a lot longer than the cheapies you can find. You get a pack of 3. There it is. That one's the one I've been using. It's lasted a long time so far. Just use a little step bit just to get started. You can use any small drill bit just to get a pilot, a little dimple to get your spot weld cutter in. Use a 4.5 inch grinder with just a flap wheel on it. Just use that for shining up your panel. It's just easier to find your spot welds that way, or you can go by feel. You can use whatever you like, but these are just a few things that I've found that seems to make it a little bit easier. Let's take a look at a blasted panel here on the Bronco. I'll show you how to find your spot welds easy and get started drilling them out. You can usually kind of put your finger there and you can kind of feel a little dimple there. Some of them are a little harder to see. What I've found is use your 4.5 inch grinder with a flap wheel, just an abrasive sandpaper wheel, and just go across them just lightly. All you have to do is go across it light, put a little polish on it, and they show up pretty nice. Let's take a look. So there they are. They just pop right out at you. Get a little bit of contrast in there, and you can usually see every one of them fairly easy. We'll go ahead and cut one out. Just got to put a little dimple in there with a small drill bit, just something to hold it in the center. I just use a little step bit. Let's go right in the center. Right in the center of your spot weld. And that's all you need, just a little dimple in there. Just like that. And then grab your spot weld cutter. Get it started in there. It's got a little drill bit in there that's spring loaded. So when you start your bit in there, it doesn't push and drill all the way through. It's just a guide in the middle to hold you square in the middle of your spot weld. So just set it in there. Use a fairly high speed. You're not supposed to go over 500 RPMs, but use a fairly high speed to get it started. Just put a little light pressure on there. Push on it a little bit. Get it started, and you'll feel the bit. If it wants to walk around on you, you just got to make sure you're straight and square on your panel in the middle of your spot weld, and then just give it a little more pressure as you go. Once you feel it bite in and kind of pop through that outer panel, you'll want to back off a little bit because you're about to go through your second panel. So put a little pressure on it to start. Once you get into it, put a little more pressure on there and make sure you don't bite through. So let's drill it out. just like that. When there's a fair amount of rust in between the panels, once you start seeing that rust come out of your drill shavings, that's when you want to back off. So that's the easiest way I've found to drill out spot welds, and hope it works for you.